that so many of us, I think, change our behavior based on the circle that we're with. So I was having a discussion with my partner the other day, and me and Amanda touched on this briefly. But, I said I could acknowledge that certain friends of mine changed when we were in different groups. And I'm sure I change as well. I know I change.
Yeah.
And so we were having a bit of a discussion about, is that something we should stop doing, or is it okay for us to do that? Mm-hmm. And so we kind of, both of us went back and forth. And I still very much firmly believe that we shouldn't be doing that. But I'm curious. But, what do you think? Do you think...
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
You're laughing with me?
Yes.
But, maybe that's ego. You were thinking about ego then, weren't you? Being ego.
Yes, because you're... Yeah, because... All right, I guess I would say that you don't have to. However, you don't have to portray yourself the same way. How am I going to say this? I just wrote about this too, so I'm not going to say it as eloquently as I wrote it. But of course, you're going to act different with different people because different people have different impacts on your life. You're more invested with some people than you are with others. And so you're going to give them different energy than you give other people. So I think it's not so much about acting, or there's just certain people that just bring out a different side of you, than other people do. So it's not about acting the same with everybody, but I think as long as you stay true to your core values and you stay true to what's important to you across whoever you're communicating with, whether it be colleagues, whether it be your family, whether it be friends or acquaintances or whoever, as long as you're consistent about who you are and what's important to you, I think that that's going to keep your ego in check in those cases. And you are still being true to yourself. You're not being fake. And I guess that's a better way to put it. At that point, you're not being fake. You're just letting out the feelings that that you're getting from that person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because different people are going to cause you to react in different ways or cause you to have different feelings. And really, to me, that's all that that's not all that it is with everybody, because some people are putting on a facade. But if you can still be true to yourself and act different with different people.
It does, yeah.
I don't know if I'm just talking in circles here.
No. I think the specific example, and it might help kind of to contextualize it a bit better for me, was a case where I suppose in settings where it's just the guys hanging out together.
Sure.
And I think in society this is an issue, a bigger issue that might be a topic for another time, but as a man, you're expected to behave in a certain way.
Sure.
And there's always going to be this alpha male relationship, I suppose, in these settings when you're out with your mates. And so what I found is that I've got certain friends, and I definitely demonstrate these tendencies too, is where what we perceive as an alpha male comes in, who needs to be the blokey bloke, who speaks in a certain way, they come into the group.
Sorry, I'm laughing at blokey bloke. Yeah. I couldn't help it.
Everyone talks about blokes here.
Blokey bloke. Anyway, sorry.
They come into the group and behaviour changes, So where we'd be talking about something before that might be a little bit more aligned to, even talking about emotions or feelings of, insecurity with something. Sure. The alpha comes into the group and, we're not talking about that topic anymore. Right. We need to talk about serious masculine things.
Yeah.
And that's something I've noticed, that that changes. And I almost perceive that, I suppose, as detrimental, because I think, well, why are we allowing that to happen? Firstly, is that alpha male really an alpha male? Is that really how we as men should behave?
Right.
I don't know. Should we all, people who aren't the alpha males, should they adjust their behavior, and who they really are, I suppose, because somebody like that comes into the group. So I guess that's the kind of scenario I was thinking about.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that's a tough one because that goes back to, I am what people think of me, and you want that alpha male. Well, you're trying to fit into the group at that point. So you're trying to meld everyone together. Well, and you're trying, I don't know, it's almost like you don't want to cause any conflict either. Because then you just all want to talk about a topic that you're all comfortable with.
Yes, that's it.
So there's a lot at play there.
There is a lot at play, and